No, my glasses. Oh no. Oh no.
That's going.
Oh no.
What happened? You broke?
It's okay though. We're gonna squeeze it and pretend like
It's not there.
it's not a problem.
I'm loving this makeup.
Thank you.
Don't forget. You guys look good. Okay, you're rocking and rolling.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gary.
All right, now listen. Should I glasses or should I just free? Because I can. You ready? You ready for this? Whoop.
You're so cute. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, people don't know where my eyes is. So.
Because you keep looking directly away.
Away from the camera. I know. It was either at you guys or at the screen over there. And we know that that's not appropriate.
No, 'cause it looks like you're talking to a ghost.
I'm talking to the director.
No, the director.
Behind the camera.
Right.
But yeah, no, got me.
Took me out.
For sure. All right, so we talk about love.
What are we talking about? I just vibe, bro.
I mean, sure. But so we're talking about love and how
We code switch with different people in our lives that we love.
Yes.
All right. All hearts and minds clear? All right.
yeah. That wasn't actually burp. I just wanted to do that for funsies.
Okay. Well, Code Switching Naturally podcast in 3, 2, 1.
We bet.
What's up?
Ayo. Welcome to season 2, guys. Season 2.
Season 2,
Code
episode
Switching
1.
Naturally. Remember, say the title.
Can you give us a second to
We
get
was
there?
getting to it.
No.
Can we just revel in the fact that it's season 2?
I mean, sure, but season 2 of what, though?
It is season 2, episode 1 of Code Switching Naturally.
Gotta give us a second to get there. God dog.
And listen, I have to make sure that we maintain a brand.
Because we are the brand.
We are the brand. Thank you.
Okay, but you have to at least let us ease our way into it. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
all right. I will give you more grace next time.
What is happening here? You know what? Okay. So.
Okay, so first of all, hey y'all.
Hi.
I'm acting like I ain't seen y'all in the new year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Even though I definitely saw you
Didn't I just say I was gonna act like it?
Okay.
Didn't I just say that?
She didn't say she was going to act like
right.
So.
You said you were, but I'm going to point out facts.
Anyway, so far, how has the new year been treating you two?
Like work. It's been spanking my ass.
Oh,
This new year, 2022 got child.
ain't no new year, new me.
Ain't none. New year, same old bitch. All right. Same shit, same bitch.
So let me explain something to you.
Okay.
2022 said off jump, ayo bitch, things will be changing for you, whether you like it or not.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So we're currently going through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the best of times.
Never.
For sure. But
That was 2021. 2022 kind of, she said, all right, sis, I know you had 2021 was slapping your ass to sleep. So I get it. So I'm going to ease you into this thing.
Oh.
And also, I think I just decided that since this is the year of 30, I wasn't going to give a damn about shit. So
I mean, that makes sense.
it may have approached me, but I haven't. I just ain't going to never.
and you know what? I love that for you.
I love that for me, too.
Truly, I do.
2022 saw me vibing and it was like, I don't like that chill.
Right. So I
Like,
noticed she was vibing.
Yeah.
I ain't like
I
that.
don't like that.
So let me show you why I don't like that. So let me wake you up a little bit. But I mean, I also kind of, I start the year off in Jesus be in my face a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of stuff that probably should have affected me. I'm just like, all right, okay, Lord. Well, you said buckle up, so all right, here we
He
go.
gave you a pre-warning. He let you know beforehand, like, hey, listen.
Hey, look, content warning, trigger warning. That shit's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
The rest of us, though, would have appreciated the same message.
I mean, you know, all you gotta do is fast and pray for 21 days, like I did.
A fast.
Yeah. Yeah. 21 days.
And you are here. You have made it out.
I did.
Congratulations.
It was. Oof. And the crazy thing is, I'm still kind of doing it without trying.
Okay. You got into a habit.
I did.
Yeah.
Make
Humans
sure.
are creatures of pattern.
Yeah.
Once you establish one, it's kind of hard to go.
Yeah.
It's a swerve into a new lane is a bit difficult, but
This is true.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's just jump right in because we're kind of like deflecting.
No.
Yes.
We were getting off topic.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
for
No, that was fully on. Okay, fine.
It was off topic.
It was on topic.
It was on topic because I said how y'all doing, and then it was supposed to be a, 1-2 step, and then we gonna flip.
Yeah, sure, but that's not how this year has gone so
No,
far.
it has not.
I have to let y'all know. Let y'all know what I'm going through.
So, in the spirit of things, even though we're all bah humbug about this here holiday that is on Monday, which irony, the Super Bowl is in 2 days.
Really? I missed it.
Yeah,
Sports?
yeah.
They're
Super
going to
Bowl.
throw the ball?
I love that you said,
Oh.
I missed it for a thing that is happening in the future. That's my favorite part.
That's the favorite part.
Because you know already that you're just not going to be there for it.
I am.
I know. And I get that.
I'm going to miss it.
I'm not. This is gonna be a really interesting game. The Bengals versus the Rams. First of all, Cincinnati Bengals.
Sports ball.
Yeah, Sportland Sports, #1 in points.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you are sandwiched between people who could not give
We don't give a damn.
anymore.
Anyway, the irony is Valentine's Day weekend and niggas is gonna be in the doghouse.
Oh, yeah.
Because Super Bowl Sunday and then Valentine's Day on Monday.
You right about that.
That's
tragic.
That is tragic for them.
Unfortunate for them.
So, the question of the day is, in what ways do you show love and how is it different with each person you interact with in your life? How do you code switch, rather, between person to person?
Right. Because code switching isn't just how you talk. It's how you act.
For sure.
And
Behaviors and mannerisms make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. It's subtle changes. It really depends on the person. I'm definitely more a reactive individual, depending on the other person's vibe and like what they need from me.
Yeah, I can see that, but sometimes you kind of like misread the vibes.
That's true.
Sure. It can't be all the way perfect,
No, never.
obviously. But, I try.
Yeah.
And, there are also times where I am sort of taking my own self into account more in the situation because being the person and being the person that the other person needs me to be is sometimes draining.
It's sometimes taxing to try to be what someone else needs you to be, and if you don't have that in them, like if someone, especially when it comes to like things like, it's like you said, like love languages, if that's not like one of those things is not one of your particular forte, and that's what the other person needs, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot to step out of your own comfort zone.
Yeah, I'm not the softest.
Not at all.
Like,
And I'm not saying that to shade him. That was for both of us. 'Cause
right.
we are not.
That's just how it is for us.
We're just not.
I'm so like really like cutesy stuff. sometimes
I love the
makes
cutesy shit.
Okay, listen. Like romantic gestures, fine, but like me.
Oh, that's yeah.
I hate it. It's different.
That's oh no.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so I'm weird about romantic gestures too.
You don't say. What was that? Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway, I'm weird about them too, not because I don't want them, but because history has shown me that they are always, well, they have been thrown back in my face. So I'm always questioning the motive behind the romantic gesture. And for the person, we will continue to remain nameless. He did a lot of things with no expectation, no motive. And so I was like, oh, maybe I do like romantic gestures without realizing they were romantic gestures, I guess. Because it wasn't expected or it wasn't something I was looking for.
It was your blind spot. Yeah. Rough.
Yeah. But my ex used to, oh my gosh, we used to argue about this, and I feel so bad for that now. So shout out to you. I'm sorry. For prom, instead of like a corsage, like a normal person, he went and bought me a whole outfit from like Aeropostale, because you know at the time I was really into sweatpants and graphic t-shirts.
At the time?
As if you don't enjoy that now.
Okay. Stay out of business, people. But at the time, it was Aeropostale, though.
Fair.
Give me a good, cute little colorway from Aeropostale. It was blues, greens. Don't give me no pink. Hell no. Don't ever give me no pink. And it was just like, I was like, for the whole night, I was like, why did you do that?
If you know how I feel, why would you do that?
I was like, I can't believe you did that. Like, there's a picture. They were like, was he proposing? I said, no. He was telling me to shut up because I kept asking him, you bought me an outfit? That was my corsage?
Yeah.
I was like,
that's pretty dope.
It was so beautiful. It was so dope, and it was so beautiful because
so nice.
Y'all know the quickest way to my heart is food and things y'all know I really, really like.
Yeah.
And I'm not that hard to please. I just like what I like. But I just find...
You are not hard to please, but you are very specific.
That's true.
Yes. Yes, I am.
So, like, it's not the easiest task in the world. I'm just saying for normal people, I'm just trying to set expectations because somebody's going to see this.
And they'll be like, oh, she's easy
Somebody
to please.
in the ether will see this.
Not the ether.
In the ether.
Well, I will say I'm simple but demanding. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Contradictory, but it makes sense.
No, it's not.
It's not that it's contradictory. They often don't go together.
Correct.
But would that be me?
I mean, yeah, it fully makes sense.
Yeah, but like, that's interesting is that you're like that in like all relationships, not just romantic ones. It's the expectations are set.
Sure. And there's always a baseline for a person when it comes to how they just sort of react to loved ones just in general.
Because with Quentin, the way I react with him is I kind of know. I've kind of like learned his moments, so I know which way to come at him. I had to learn that very quickly.
Yeah.
Because whether Quentin know it or not, Quentin is a lot more sensitive than I am. He feels a lot more, even though he doesn't want to. He hates it, actually.
Correct. Absolutely.
So,
I'm also quicker to shut it off.
yes, he is. Me, however, I just was like, I'm just not gonna never until like the last 2 years when life was just like, no, bitch, you just gonna never.
finna feel.
You finna ever.
Like you gonna do this forever. Like, y'all know I don't cry over movies, or I don't get emotional with, to me, what considers to be trivial. Like, I love a good movie, I love a good storyline. Sad or not, I'm not one that just cries.
Mm-hmm.
But Encanto and Tick Tick Boom,
Hey, we will get there.
I-
Get there.
I'm saying that for a point. But like, I'm not that sensitive of a person. I think we have our father to thank for that. Father and mother, not just father.
Yeah.
Because in his own weird way, he was still very affectionate, but it just had its limits. And so in times where I would try to be affectionate or be loving with him, that wasn't the type of time he was on.
I think that also translates to how you often receive romantic gestures. Not even just romantic gestures, but like niceties.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm always told don't just let people do stuff for you all the time. And like, for you, it's still so hard to be like, sis, I need you to help me with this. I really need you to help me with this. That's hard for me to say that.
Yeah.
And I actually had to say that to you last year. I was like, I ain't got it. And for y'all to kind of like, with y'all, like the friends group that we have, I'm considered mama and the strong one, where everybody comes to dump. I hate you. Like, they would come to me to vent for therapy. By the way, I need to send all of y'all motherfuckers an invoice. I need my money. She was like, okay.
2022, the year of the invoice.
I need my money.
Pay me.
Pay me my money. But it doesn't. So when I was like, hey, I just don't have it, some of them stepped up. The rest of them are still in their same.
Sure.
Hey, I need you.
And they're gonna be.
Yeah. And I expect nothing less.
I think oftentimes it's hard for people to like learn that you need to be able to reciprocate whatever you receive. And it's important to do so, especially like with our relationship. I understand that like oftentimes you don't have that place where you can not be the strong one.
I'm sorry, say that again?
You don't necessarily often have a place where you cannot be the strong one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know why my brain did not calculate
You didn't
that.
hear it the way.
It didn't.
Yeah.
No. I was like, wait, what? Okay.
It took a
So-
second to process.
Yeah.
I make it a point to, I keep space for you to allow that because you need it. And that's like also like with like you said with like learning how to be what another person needs. I have no problem with offering that. I have no problem with like allowing you space to not be the strong one with me.
'Cause baby, I fell apart.
Yeah.
I caught hold of that. I was not expecting to fall apart like that, but I was like, I felt it come. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, I am so tired, and the dam just broke. And I was like, oh, damn. So that's what that feels like.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, I've fallen apart a couple times, but I don't know what was different about that one. But I was like, man, that is crazy. But cause even I'm gonna call him Astro. Even Astro, he called me a couple weeks ago. He was like, Mama, I realized like when you said that nobody ever really checks on you or cares about you, he was like, I felt that. And he was just like, and I have to start thinking and doing for myself because he was like, I realized that sometimes you just really need somebody else to be there for you. I was like, y'all listen to me.
That's growth right there.
That is a lot of growth.
And I was like, my friends listen to me, and I got a support system. I was like, I'm gonna go cry now, because it's just like I don't. But what you said, I think my expectations across the board are pretty much set in stone. I am who I am, which is probably why with our parents, there's moments where we draw back and we kind of push away because they're not willing or they don't get what our expectations are as two highly functioning,
do you think it's
functioning adults.
Do you think it's like because of like the time, or like just because of the mindset of I am a parent?
Both.
I think it's both, but it's also the moment of they feel like they know their children, and that's the difference.
You think you know somebody.
You know us, but you don't know us in the
Right.
capacity of an adult now. Like
Right.
y'all know your children. You know what they like. You know what we liked. You know what we could tolerate. You know our temperaments then. But our temperaments now are totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, are there certain things that have still reigned true? Sure. But, like, there's just certain temperaments and certain things that we're just not willing to be and do and allow that y'all still do. Mm-hmm. And I think the difference is with our mom is it's easier to have those conversations with her because she's actually in a space to hear it
And accept it.
Mm-hmm.
even though it may take her a little minute to accept it, because in her mind she's like, well, no, I didn't, that's not what that wasn't okay. She has to get to that space. For our dad, he hears it, but if it doesn't make sense to him, it's out the window.
Yeah, if it doesn't fit into his frame of reference.
Yeah.
That can also be, I mean, that is difficult to deal with because sometimes the narrative that you are playing in your head is not necessarily what's going on.
Right. And for us, our narratives are just that. And that's what we were, like, we actually had this conversation with him Christmas Eve. Like, our narratives are our experiences. You don't have to agree with it or you don't have to fully understand it, but that's our experience. That's how we felt. And you don't get to diminish it by saying, well, what about how I felt? That's not the time to tell us how you felt, because you asked us how you made us feel.
Right.
So if we're telling you how we feel, you're like, well, what about me? Didn't y'all think about me in that moment? No, because it was about my life and what I want to do and how I choose to move and do different things. So no, I did not consider your feelings because you got to go off and figure out what you wanted to do.
Right.
You got to go off and do whatever it is that you felt was best for you. You're not trying to allow us to do the same. So that's just a random example, but
I mean, it's pretty spot on example. Pretty spot on, yeah, especially because we had multiple conversations that weekend. It definitely showed a difference in their approaches. Like, one of them is willing to make changes, the other one is not. And
but in hit to that defense, I get it. Like, it's not that he's unwilling. In his mind, it's this is who I am, and I want you guys to accept that and not try to change me or make me feel as if I'm less than, or I'm no less of I'm less of a father or less of a man because of these things. Oops, sorry. Now, like I said to him then, that does not make it a behavior is not a personality trait. How you
can
interact,
change behavior and not change who you are.
right.
However, he considers the behaviors a part of personality.
He sees it as one and the same.
They're not two separate things to him. So that's why I said in his defense, to his mind, to his thoughts, which are very much valid, he feels we should just accept him, flaws and all. Like, we should just accept him and still allow him to
There's
show up and be.
There's a caveat to that.
It is, and that's that's the thing that makes us move different.
Right.
It's where his own thoughts and beliefs and behaviors interact with us and how
we choose to react.
And that
respond.
still goes back to that idea of being able to interpret and be what another person needs, especially like with like your children. You're gonna have to accommodate because they are completely different people. Like, you don't design a child; they design themselves, and they get to depict what they need in a parent.
Well, also God designs everyone before they're here. So whoever they are meant to be and going to be is already established before they get here.
True.
All you're responsible for is cultivating whatever appears.
Yeah.
And I will say, okay, so, because we talk about our parents all the time, with you and your siblings and your mom, because I know that was a
Weird.
complicated, complex thing.
Yeah.
What were some of the ways you felt like you kind of code switched between mom and siblings, and how is that different
and also,
with the siblings now?
right, and how you code switch with romantic partners.
Yeah.
So in our family, we played very distinct roles.
Yeah.
Because my mom, again, would design you that way.
Yeah.
She would put you in that position. Like, with her relationship and the way that she spoke to my older sister was more of like co-parenting. In a manner that my sister, like, even when I was a kid, I used to tell people like my sister is my dad. And like, she kind of like had a co-parenting relationship with her. With my little brother, her relationship with her, with him, she kind of, it was her first boy, and she'd wanted a boy for years.
And could you say it was more of a weird romantic one? As far as like, because you know how they say
a lot of women, they
kind of
use their son as a replacement for their partner.
Yeah. Do you think that was a thing? Or?
My mom made it very, very clear that was not what was going on. It was not that. Because honestly, my brother would never be able to give her what she needed anyway, and she knew that. It was more of like, she treated my brother sometimes as if he was a dire situation. Which left, like, because my mom did not, like, she was not very social. She kind of was like socially awkward. It left with me being the best friend child. But it's messy because I'm still your child.
Right.
So like, there are times where our relationship was more of like her trying to like tell me things or like relate to me like friendship wise, and then like the very next moment try to be mom, and it got very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit like Daddy. The Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde for sure.
Yeah,
He did not like that reference.
Oh yeah, no, he did not care
hated
for that
it.
at all.
My
He was
mom
like,
probably,
"I am not-"
my mom would probably hate it if I ever told her that. If I was like, yeah, you did definitely kind of use me as a best friend child, especially when she was having problems with like the other siblings. It was like, okay, got to talk to Chanel because maybe, I don't know, got to use Chanel as a catalyst, not a catalyst, but like as a middleman.
Oh, it was like a sounding board.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Bad vibes.
So the question I have for you is, what do you wish you guys could, like, where do you wish you guys could be? Because, you know, mom is gone. Where do you wish you guys could be?
I think about that a lot because I didn't get the a lot of times when I think about the fact that my mom is passed is the fact that I didn't have the time to have these conversations with her like I wanted. Like I wanted our relationship to be like mother-daughter where I could go to my mom for advice as like an adult woman who needs advice from another adult woman. I wanted to have that relationship where I could go see my mom and like hang out with my mom and not feel like I don't like not feel like I had to fix a problem or like adjust her mentality or her emotional issues that she had going on so that she could feel better, or like it wasn't my responsibility. I wish that I could have had a conversation with her and told her like it's really hard to be your best friend and your daughter.
Yeah.
But in a way that's like I don't want it to be an attack on my mom, because my mom there's a duality of man, and my mom was like a very good representation of that. She was also a fantastic mom. Like she did whatever she could and knew how to do to be a mom.
Yeah.
That's good.
But she was also faulty.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most beautiful thing about the fact that I'm glad I don't have kids yet, is understanding and actually accepting now that I'm not going to be the perfect parent. I'm going to get it wrong. They're probably going to hate me at certain points, not because I'm not there for them as their mother, but I may not fully understand them in those moments.
You're going to make human mistakes like you make with any relationship.
Correct.
Right.
And I think with, because my mom tells people now that I'm her best friend, and I was like, okay, girl, sure, yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
And it's not to say that that's not,
Love that for you. It's also a little awkward.
isn't it? But it's also because when I think of like a best friend, it's like when I come to y'all about stuff, and I come to Mama Walker about stuff, and I still do sometimes go to best friend about stuff. It's just, I go to her about some stuff, but I feel like the things that I probably would feel comfortable telling her about, I probably wouldn't tell her in the midst of it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't...
Right.
I think for me, I'm like, she's always going to be mother. Like mom. That's mom.
Yeah.
It's a very distinct relationship, border. Like you are... Because a lot of parents, like, they always say, like, I'm not your friend. But they don't really realize that, like, over time, that distinction is very, very, very clear.
Very.
Yeah.
And I think now that I'm grown,
It's still that mindset of, you're not my friend.
There's also, like, still having to work past, like, the emotional setup that we had. Like, she was affectionate. She was, like, I know that my mother loved me, loved us, for sure. But she wasn't always there emotionally. Now, do we know why? Yeah, absolutely. Had nothing to do with us.
It was so funny when it clicked for her. Oh my gosh, we laughed about that one so hard, because she was like, no, I had to do this to survive and do this. And we were like, baby.
Right.
Hey.
You
That's it.
Right.
She was like,
right there.
She said, oh. And we were like, okay. So I think your foundation and your emotional responses and how you deal with things. So like even our cousin Michaela, her and Quentin are very much the same. And how our family doesn't realize it because they never got the chance, like they never took the time to get to know Michaela like they did with me, Quentin, and Michael. And because Michaela was so quiet. But Michaela was quiet because that was her way of seeing, understanding, learning, taking it all in.
Right.
There was things Michaela knew about that they still don't know she knows. There's certain relationships and certain caveats that she was privy to, all because she was just there. And
Silent observer.
she's very silent and like she actually like you with the little slick comments that she think don't nobody hear.
Whatever do you mean?
So it just goes into, we could really talk about this forever and ever, but so just to say, like, with her, she has to be comfortable and feel safe enough and has to figure out her voice with you. It's an individual by individual basis. Doesn't matter that you're considered her family. You have to give her that space to know that she has a voice and safe enough to feel like she can use it with you. With us, not an issue.
Right. We're pretty solid. We should probably check on her soon.
She came over yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll talk.
I
offline.
do have a question though, and I think we should all answer that.
Okay.
How do you think your relationships with your families, like how you communicate, how you deal with them, how you show love, how does that reflect how you do that romantically?
Okay. So I can give you that, and I'm gonna make it very short. I'm gonna try.
Okay.
So long story short, my dad's side of the family, both sides of the family are very loud. We're like very rambunctious people. We like to have fun. We like to have a good time.
Love loud people.
However, on my dad's side, they're loud all the time.
And aggressive.
And it's aggressive. So even in an argument, everybody is yelling at each other. And I'm like, okay.
They could be arguing the same thing.
The same exact thing.
Like they're saying the same thing. But they're saying it differently enough that sparks are flying.
Yes. And so for a long time, I was a happy medium. I would be, I would be like my mother. I'd be all sassy with my little neck rolling, my little finger point. I still do that. But
about to say used to?
No, but like when I'm talking about like when I'm angry, like when I'm talking to people, like I still do that when I'm like playing or, we having a conversation or whatever. Like I still do that. But I used to be very loud and aggressive when I would talk and argue with people. My ex from prom dude, I feel bad for him in this day and age because he would do something and I would read him for filth.
She was quick to pop off.
And some of it was very much warranted, especially with some of the situations that happened. But how I approached it was just so aggressive. And then I met best friend. And one day we got to arguing, and I was on my same rah-rah, and I got so loud. I was like, and da-da-da-da. And he was just sit there. He just sat there and was like, poker face. He wasn't mad. He wasn't looking at me like, this bitch crazy. He just sat there. And then I noticed that I was the only one talking. I was like, this is not how this goes. Like, I'm so used to
combat.
I'm used to the rah-rah. You need to... And then I was like, I'm a little crazy sounding this loud right now. Like, I'm the only one talking. And then he looked at me and said, are you done? And I said, oh, so you trying to be funny? And da-da-da. And he just got back quiet and just kept looking at me. And then I finally was like, okay, well, you just made me mad because you said such and such and so-and-so. He was like, no, I didn't. That's not what I said. That's what you heard. This is what I said. And I was like, oh.
It's an interesting thing when you're used to combat.
Yeah.
And you meet somebody who don't do combat.
And he don't. Like,
he really don't.
He really don't.
He don't do combat.
He don't do combat at all. And it was just like, and I think I did it 1 or 2 times after that. And after that, and even now, like, I can't do the yelling. You cannot yell at me if you're mad. We can have this conversation later. But I can't do loud no more. I just can't. So, our parents get mad because I kind of step in sometimes when it's getting a little loud.
For several reasons. One, I don't like to do it. But there's a certain point where I have had enough.
Yeah.
And so I go there.
And Quinn liked to walk off.
Right, because I don't like being in that position. I, opposite of Ariel, took several steps back from the, confrontational side of our family. So I don't like to do it. But there are certain situations where sometimes I feel trapped. Or, like, I'm not supposed to walk away. But I really want to.
And it boils his whole inner being.
Right.
And sometimes I step in because I'm tired of hearing the yelling myself. And I be like, okay, y'all, we got to learn how to communicate a little better than this because this yelling shit got to go. We got to do something different.
To answer your question, romantically, I know what I want.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So I know what it is that I'm looking for. I don't always say it.
I was going to say that, like, what I was thinking about as I'm asking the question, when I asked the question, I was thinking about it. I grew up in in our household where, like, if you're upset about something, you go be upset over there. Like, you can go be upset over there. Like, it's not a space where, like, when my mom was like the dominant. Like, what she said went, period. So, and then also because, like, you've met my sister. My sister is not necessarily, like, confrontational, but it's more of like, you gonna know.
She gonna
let you know, hey, you disrespected me.
She gonna tell you.
She gonna let you know, and we're gonna talk about it.
She's gonna tell you about yourself.
For sure.
Got it.
When you come from a household where you have these big personalities, my demeanor is very much, I'm going to step back.
She's very mild.
I'm very much a person that's going to step back, and that has caused me to become passive aggressive over years.
And when she came to the land of colony, I was like, oh hell no, we're not doing this.
And like as I got older, it was with you, just people in general were like, talk your shit. Like, you felt disrespected. Don't be passive aggressive.
Talk all the shit.
Talk your shit. Say what you have to say, because at the end of the day, you need to let them know what your boundaries are.
Yeah.
Passive aggressive don't solve nothing.
Her eyes got so big one day. She said, I'm not doing that. They told her, they was like, yeah, Chanel's gonna do. She was like, I don't want to do that. I said, excuse me, she don't want to do that. She was like, she said she don't want to do that. So figure something else out for her to do. What she want to do? She was like, she want to do that.
It's very much that.
Oh, okay, well, Chanel doesn't have to do that. She could do that. And I said, okay, great. She was like,
when I realized that it could be as simple as just say it.
Yeah.
And
that's still something I'm trying to learn. I understand.
And it's wild because, like, I still find myself doing that.
Don't do that.
We are all of a big age.
Big old age.
That's
Big old age.
I'm excited about this year.
And you know what? You should be. 30 is going to be a great time. But listen, I am 4 years your senior. I've been there.
I know.
I'm a big age, okay?
Okay, y'all. So this has been really great. And before I get emotional, can we go ahead and wrap this up, please?
Yes, we can.
We're going to wrap it up with...
You know what it is.
You know what time it is, y'all.
Oh, shoot.
Y'all know what time it is.
Oh, snap. The first one of the season.
Time for... We're swinging this way.
We gotta say it. We don't know.
Okay.
We know.
All right.
Come on, y'all. We got to go. Come on now.
It's time for Music of the Week. Music of the Week. Hey, hey. Music of the Week.
Ow.
Music of the Week. Hey, hey.
All right, so who's first?
I would like to go last.
Okay.
I have words.
Okay.
Right.
So I guess I'll go first. So again, from the beginning of the episode, I said that I've been in a very different space and time, and we praise God for all good things and things that must happen. So during this fast, I have been, in Jesus' face. So the song for me that probably sends me into a tizzy every single day is, again, Kalante Gavin. Two separate songs, actually. Hold Me Close, and then My Testimony that he did for the 1 Million show.
My Testimony is the one. That's the one. That's the one.
It's low-key disrespectful.
Low key.
Not low key at all.
There's nothing low key about
Slaps you in the
that thing.
face.
High-key disrespectful.
And so it definitely got me through, and it continues to show me that no matter what, God is still in control, and that everything that he showed me and everything that he told me is going to happen. You see it before you see it. So that's mine.
So this is going to be a huge transition. I've been listening to a song called Big Titties.
Fantastic.
It's a song called Big Titties by Rico Nasty and Earth Gang.
Baby, she love her some Rico Nasty, don't she?
I just wanna hold her hand and let her know that she is okay. Like, she's so fine.
Fair.
I'm ready for the words. You ready for the words? Okay. Let's buckle in.
So listen.
Oh, he's taking off the glasses. My God.
Okay, so listen.
You're serious.
So this music of the week comes with a little bit of rant. I even wore my angry hoodie for such an occasion. So let me get Yeba, first of all.
Disrespectful.
I'm tired of her. Her live at the Electric
We've said it before. We'll say it again. We're tired.
She need to take it off Spotify and put it on Apple Music or Tidal or something. She needs to do something because I need it.
Right. We didn't even talk about Spotify.
We're not going to talk about
Bump them. Anyway, we saw the concert for Toby Ningwe.
Oh,
Just
stellar.
Disrespectful.
If I was in the audience, I probably would have cried.
For sure.
Cried a lot.
A lot.
The amount of just black excellence in that whole show.
I think I'm gonna keep commenting until I get an answer. I need that Cage Bird version.
Okay.
I need it.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Okay.
Finish ranting.
Now,
we gotta
now
go.
the reason for the rant.
Okay.
I have personal beef with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Personal. Yeah. For sure he needs to fight.
Between last year and this year, he hit me with 4 things.
2020.
2020?
2020.
Is 2020 when?
Hamilton. 2020.
Hamilton.
But
I've been new about that.
okay, but
I've been new about that. I've been shed tears about that.
Okay, but the point
Sure.
is when it was reintroduced to the world.
Okay, sure.
2020.
Okay, all right. I mean, I had been on it. Like when I tell you, me and the people that I roll with to my zombie camp,
You right.
we listen to Hamilton regularly.
Okay, fair.
On the way.
Okay.
It's
mandatory.
Wasn't nothing new here. Anyway, 2021, 2022. In the Heights.
Yeah.
A beautiful piece.
Vivo, which Ariel told me about.
Vivo's
AJ told me about.
Beautiful.
And then and it's fine. And then I finally watched it. That was a mistake.
I told you.
It's so good.
I warned
so
you.
Great.
I warned you.
Encanto has taken the world by storm.
For sure.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully
Yes.
so.
Rightfully so.
Mirabelle got me at the end of the movie, man. Man.
Because she saw her.
Like, I see all of me. I was like, ah!
Ooh.
I cried. I cried a good tear.
And then, tick, tick, boom.
I cried for 10 minutes. 10 minutes straight. Heavily cried.
Mm-hmm.
I can and will confirm that on each of those, there's at least one point in that movie where I cried like a bitch. So
You are upset about that.
I am big mad about it. He's going to have to fight me.
For sure.
He's going to have to shoot me the fade one good time because I just cannot accept this.
No, Lin-Manuel's pen is disgusting.
Like,
Yeah.
It is
It
disgusting.
it is very disgusting.
And like, while I know Tick Tick Boom, not his original work, you can tell that he had a hand in crafting it for this. Also, Tick Tick Boom, while it's incredible, heartfelt, amazing, the fact that he snuck in Jasmine Sullivan at the end
Disrespectful.
is
phenomenal.
Is one, phenomenal, two, disrespectful. How dare you? So that was my rant. Those are all incredible.
How are you feeling about that now?
Still
better.
Okay.
I think he's still.
Oh no, he's still
1000%
1000% could fight you.
Yeah, he's gonna get both of these hands.
Yeah, for sure. This has been a pretty long episode. Enjoy.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to season 2. Special shout out to my pumpkin. We're filming this a week prior, but today is my baby's birthday, my mini me. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And like, comment, share, subscribe, and then until next time, I'm AJ.
I'm Q.
I'm Channy.
And this has been Code Switching Naturally. Bye.
Bye.